A quick PSA, I will not have the comments on for this video because a lot of people become internet doctors whenever you start to do things like this, and I just don't have the time or mental capacity to deal with it. So all the questions should be answered throughout the video, and if not, it'll be in the description. But if you still find yourself having a question, please DM me on Instagram or tweet me at Daquana White. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So I am taking you on a wax journey with me. So because of COVID, as you'll hear me mention later on, I did have to start waxing myself because when I am, you know, an influencer, so I'm on camera still, even though I'm in the house, so I still have to you know, look presentable. And I just typically am used to getting waxed twice a month, so I did decide to try and wax myself at home. This is my second go around doing my face. I get my face every 2 weeks. I get my Brazilian every week. So I did try my underarms as well for the first time ever. That was interesting. I think it was a little tougher because it was my first time doing my underarms. I'm sorry if I'm looking over here. It's just because I'm on my phone, so I'm not used to it. But stay tuned if you want to see how I got my face wax results right here. It looks really, really good. And again, let's just go ahead and get right into it. And hey, Marissa, I love you, girl. By no means am I gonna continue waxing myself once this is all over, but you know, I just had to do something, make something shake while I was home. Okay, all right, I love you, girl. I'll be back as soon as everything is over. Okay, my skin looks so bomb. Maybe it's the lighting, but hair. All right, now it's time to get this off. Maybe about 3 weeks ago I had ordered I had an appointment. I showed up, they were closed. I didn't know, but I ordered this wax machine here, which is plugged up, but it's not on. And this is the Femiro. As you can see, I used it. I still have some wax in here. Comes with the lid, and basically it just looks like this. I love it because you can control the temperature, and it kind of self-regulates. So if you put it on 180 and then, you know, it gets to 180 and then it starts cooling down because you're using it, it'll turn back on by itself. It'll power off as soon as it gets there. So I did get that. It came with 4 or 5 of these. I think it was 5. It was like a dark blue or a teal color, pink, and then I have like a white over here, and it was another color. I don't quite remember, or it might have just been these 4. They did come with a few sticks, the big ones and the small ones. I'm dropping stuff, yes. I'm gonna just finish up these and possibly go into these. Separately, I did order the Wax Necessities. Now this is supposedly made from like real beeswax, and you can use it on a low temperature, all that good stuff. A few other things I have, some talcum free powder right here. I found that on Amazon. I have some gloves in case I don't want to get my nails messed up. I have 100% coconut oil. This is Mark Anthony. I just used it for cleaning up. And then I also have my European wax like serum. So this is the Renew Me, and I just use this after I do everything. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have here. And lastly, some cotton pads. So that is it. We're gonna get started. I'm actually going to just use whatever is in here, and I will be double dipping because it is just me and I'm not doing it on somebody else, but I will be double dipping. And so you just want to go here, turn it on. I'm gonna turn it to like 190 just to get it melted. And then I'm gonna I used the whole pack last time, so I'm just gonna finish this pack off here. And I think it's easier to use once it's kind of higher. If it's close to the bottom of the pan, it's not really helpful. And lastly, I forgot to mention before I open that and before this gets hot. So I'm not sure how to clean wax warmers, but I'll Google it or YouTube it. But you can kind of take it out if you so choose to. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. So I'm gonna open my wax. So while this warms up, you want to like stir it in between and stuff. To do like this part of my face and the chin and stuff, I was using the thicker wax sticks, but for the lip, I was using the smaller one. So I do have my mirror here as well. I meant to say that, like a mirror so you can see closer on your skin outside of me just looking in the viewfinder, which is blocking my big mirror. So The wax is somewhat melting. I don't want to spill it, but it is melting. It is a little thick, so at this point I'm just going to take it down from 195 to about 170-ish. So it's still going to continue to melt, but I want it to be not too hot on my skin. And what I meant to mention is the powder is only for if you're like oily or, you know, sweating or something, and it's going to, you're going to take a little bit of that and pat it. I have it plugged into my vanity. It's so cool. So I wanted to show you guys some type of consistency, kind of like texture shot. So this right here is thick, and you kind of, I would want it a little thick. I don't want it too runny. Like, that seems okay for me, but I still feel like it'll be a little hot. So I am gonna let it cool a little bit and get down to 160. As you can see, it's moving pretty quickly off of the wooden stick. I am going to bring it up and twist it around like that. Now you see how it falls off pretty slowly, in my opinion. Like, it's stringy, but it still went off slow. Like, I was still able to wrap it around the stick. So what I like to do is kind of do a test strip on my hand and see how hot it is on my arm, because I can't really feel my hand. But I'm gonna just put it there, and it is a perfect temperature actually. So I'm just, it's here. I should actually do my arm. So stirring. I did realize when I first started I was making the wax strips too thick, and I still might. I mean, it's only my third time waxing anything, so just going to got some on my earring. So if you a pro, you can stop, well, not stop, but go ahead, and I put that too far back. Hell no. While it's drying, I kind of lift it up before it sticks too much at the bottom, so I'll have something to pull on. My sideburns grow downward. Basically, most of my face does, except for my eyebrows. So I applied the wax downward. It's kind of ready now. When you pull it off, you want to pull in the opposite direction. Now, this might actually, this is too thin back here for me. You kind of want to flick the ends up. Pull your skin taut. And rip it off. So as you can see back here, oh, that wasn't bad. Okay, clean strip almost. As you can see, the hair definitely comes off, okay? You want a close up. Is it gross? Are you grossed out? Anywho. That's backwards. This should be, the thick part should be down here. While that's drying, I'm going to go ahead and do the cheek area over here. As you can see, I clearly fucked up. I connected it by mistake. That's why I don't do 2 strips at a time close together. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I'm going to try to pull it off before it dries. That was the first cheek strip, and I do have residue left over. I did a horrible job, but it's okay. The hair is coming out. Really nice. Basically, as a before and after, you can see this is pretty much what it looked like. It's pretty much what it is, but you'll see how great it is after I remove all the residue and the rest of the hair. So again, if you're doing this on somebody else, I definitely recommend that you do not double dip. This is the most painful part of my face, but when I did it the first time, it didn't hurt as bad. Before I got my nose pierced, I was doing nose strips, and they do not hurt as much as dudes claim they do. So I gotta close my eyes on this part, okay? Ooh, honey, I love, but it's like the quickest one too. So does hair gross y'all out? I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't have clicked on this video. I know some people say apply pressure, but honey, I'm doing all that. Boo. Oh, upper lip. I don't know why you do this to me, but look how much came off in one try. Typically, ideally, you would want to do like one pull, one big good pull, but I have to do like a starter and then grip it and get the rest. So I'm going back to the big stick for the chin because I have a lot of hair on my chin. Way less than when I first started waxing because I used to shave and it just turned into more and more and more. So honestly, hair used to be an insecurity for me, having like a bunch of hair on my face, and that's why I used to wax. That's why I used to shave so frequently. And honestly, even with waxing, when I first started out waxing, it was still, I had a boyfriend at the time, so I was so used to doing my nair or my V every damn 3 days or so. So he never really saw me with hair, but when I started waxing, I had to let it grow out for like 2 to 3 weeks. And then on top of that, I had on top of having it grow out for 2 to 3 weeks, I was letting it grow for a month at a time, and I was only getting waxed once a month. So it was like growing back crazy, like double what it is now. So like I said, it was an insecurity, but I'm thankful for Marissa. I've had her since I started waxing, I believe. Yeah, I've only went to one other person one time, and she only did my face. But other than that, I've only had Marissa. So typically Marissa does a long strip from here to here. So I'm going to start with that. Wasn't bad, but it's so much hair, like so much. I wish I would have never shaved, for real, ever. That was so ugly. I could have did way better. It takes me a lot of pulls. I'm sorry. It's not going to be satisfying. There we go. That was pretty easy. Let that dry a little bit more and put another strip on the other side. Not bad. Like, I don't really know what she considers a cleanup strip. I'm just acting like I know stuff here. But yeah. Yeah. Typically the second one doesn't hurt. So I'm gonna do the middle, then I'm gonna do the bottom. It's just time consuming. It's like self-care. It takes like an hour for me to do my own self, especially if I'm filming it. And then my first time took 4 fucking ever. Come on. Give me a nice... Trying to get it thick at the bottom. Thank you. Damn. That one, like, seemed like I had to use all my force. Typically, like when I was doing my underarm, that was a problem. It was hard for me to reach up and, like, I feel like my arms were too short to kind of give it the force that it needed in like one pull. As you can see, this is why I don't do it too thick, because then it doesn't want to come off. Like up there. I mean, too thin. Looking at my eyebrows because I low-key want to wax them. So I'm taking a coconut oil, which is really hard. So I'm gonna just use my nail. Melt it a little bit in my hands. And just put it on my face. Now this actually soothes me and removes the residue. Now, as far as clogging pores and stuff, I don't know. I'm not a dermatologist. It didn't bother me before, so I'm doing it the same way I did it before. Taking a cotton pad. Oh, hold on, I missed a spot. And I'm going to go in circular motions gently, but still trying to remove the residue. But yeah, some people use aloe vera gel. for this afterwards to soothe them. Again, like I said, I'm going to use the serum from the Wax Center just to kind of stay consistent. Once this starts getting like crazy looking, just grab another one. Moisturize my lips. This is from Shade Be Natural. I have like so many of their chapsticks. I love them. So just booyah, 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 booyah. So I'm taking some Renew Me on my hand just a little bit. So that is how I wax my face. I know it was a lot, but I promise it's like not as hard as it looks. I feel like I, again, kind of did better the first time, low-key, because I was watching like a bunch of videos and really trying to learn, but this time I'm like, oh, I got it. So, but I feel like my wax, the thickness of the strips were way better this time. I'm going to turn this off. But I feel like the thickness of the strips were way better before. They were like really, really thick. But as you can see, my skin is so much better since I started waxing as well. Like, it used to be so dark down here, like way darker than what it is now. So I'm really, really progressing. And I know some people will say laser, 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 and it's like, y'all paying for it or nah? Like, I'm good with waxing. I'm fine, honey. I'm fine. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was a little bit helpful for y'all. I really had a good time doing it. So yeah.